Is this one on?
Check.
So yeah, Joe Rogan's not doing a live show.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people like that about the show,
There
right?
you go.
You can hear me.
Can you
This
hear me
is-
now? Can you hear me now?
This is CNN.
Yes. His show is great, man. Yeah. It's awesome.
So he's not live, and then he's like charging. Like he has an app, so if you want to hear the show right away, because then he doesn't post it free for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Huh.
That's so.
He's got it made. I was talking to someone the other day about how much he makes just off the podcast, not all the
For
other
reals?
stuff. How much he
I don't.
makes?
I'm scared to hear.
30,
Like,
I might. This might be. I might be misinformed, but 30
Uh-huh.
mil a year. That's like 80,000 a day.
how
I don't know. Just probably YouTube hits. I think you get paid.
we
for,
can make 30 million a day?
Yeah, so you guys gotta get on the JRE game. Yeah, get on
What the
that.
fuck is that?
Yeah, I think he's like #1 podcast though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I know that he does a show. It's just never really been a thing for me. But one of the podcasts I started listening to that I really like is called "How Did They Make It?"
oh, cool.
And
I've heard of that. Yeah.
With that guy Jason, whatever, that's in John Wick 3, and that one comedian. Anyways, it's really amazing. And they just had a show with Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen.
Cool.
So yeah, they had that show, and it was Charlize Theron is really amazing.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
Nice.
Technically 11:30, but we can start. Should we do it? We could start earlier, and I don't know. We could even go longer.
Cool.
Oh, true, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in no rush. As long as I quit ripping ass in here.
I know what's going on.
You smell it?
You're gonna have to get that air freshener. Is the air conditioner on?
It's getting hot in here. We're really hot boxing.
No, just in general, because I noticed when I was in.
He's got the face mask. He already knew.
I might die in here. Let me see. He wasn't kidding.
Are we live?
We will be. Will we be alive? That's the real question. All right.
Everything's good, yeah. Okay. Cool.
Whenever you want it, let me know.
We'll still do the normal thing, like snap, for 20-minute mark, we'll put the lights up, that's how you know. I mean, we'll let you know when it's about to hit 25, but if you guys...
It'll be a matter of how long I can withstand his farts.
Right? Yeah.
Every guest
Something's
is a new.
dying in there, huh?
Every guest is a new. What is that joke? It's
Told
like,
you, getting...
what is that? Is that Brie?
Yes.
Poor Paulina. She's being very professional. I love it.
That's great.
Okay.
We'll do like a little X, so it's like 30 minutes, that's not like stop.
Just cut it.
Or we'll just like...
Yeah, we're kind of winging it now. So, how do you want to mark it? Because it would be good for me. I have the clock here, so I know a little bit. Is it?
I'll start it, and then at 25 minutes, I'll turn on the lights anyway. Or at 20 minutes, I'll turn on the lights anyway.
I should fix the mic.
30, that's how you're at 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's 30. So if you want to go longer, just like...
How is he?
Yeah, he's in 30 minutes.
And 20 is like,
You might not be. That's fine.
But like my head was being chopped off. So they need to tilt it.
Or scoot your chair down a tad.
I mean, it's not, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just a little.
Like the top of your head is like just like
Yeah, just pull the hat down, you're good.
Yeah, you have to like, very
It's fine.
Party on.
Okay, just the
Just the
tip.
tip. That's what she said. Sorry. Told you when I get nervous.
I have to pee when I get nervous.
Yeah.
Mine's a little less. Me? I know.
Extra
I should
steamed
save
milk.
it for after. I was like, maybe you're lactose intolerant, dude.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's great.
I'm writing the video as it is though, so people are gonna know about how terrible.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. Run the whole thing. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So whenever you do the outro, we'll end the show.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll fill it out because
Yeah.
only because he was like, "Oh, I might have more to talk about." So I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
"All right, we'll see
So
what
that
happens."
20 minutes is short. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just let you know how many. I don't know if I'll be here, but if I'm here, I'll let you guys know. Like 30.
For sure, we want to end like at 10 till
Yeah.
because we need to still take pictures and everyone's got stuff to do after. All right. Okay. Let's roll whenever you're ready.
So, just remember the no cursing rule.
Got you.
And the new no farting rule.
Can you smell that one?
Not yet. It's like a slumber party all over again. Hello and welcome to An Ink We Trust, Tattoo and Art Culture in San Fernando Valley. The latest from who is making a mark on the Valley tattoo scene, bringing you the Tattoo Parlor. I'm your host, Anthony Sanchez. Today we're going to talk to our guest who is formerly at Los Angeles, Hidden Los Angeles Tattoo in West Hills.
Unbreakable Tattoo.
And now he is at Unbreakable Tattoo in Studio City. We have tattoo artist Brett Herman. Okay, so congratulations on moving to Studio City. What's the move been like for you?
It's been awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been good. Just getting used to the commute. You know, getting used to driving in traffic again. But I'm loving it. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's a cool shop, man. Have you ever been over there?
I have not stopped through there yet.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, good vibe. I think they're coming up on maybe close to 15 years or something. The better half of 15 years they've been over there. So cool shop, man.
Why did you choose the Studio City?
The shop, Unbreakable. It's like I said, it's been there forever. The guys over there are super cool. Got a good name. Tons of awesome artists have been through there and whatnot. So it seemed fitting, you know.
Let's see. So, what's been the hardest part about changing shops?
Moving sucks.
Like you get you pack up all your stuff and start over.
Yeah, and then I this last month. Well, yeah, now it's May 1st. Happy May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole month I was moving, so I moved in with my girlfriend to save a little money, and then moving my shop location and stuff. So moving's the hardest, man. Just boxing up all your stuff and throwing it in a whirlwind and then trying to unpack it. But I'm finally settled in, so.
Did you find a lot of when you move, you find a lot of stuff tucked away that you didn't realize was
too much stuff? Yeah, I have too many paintings in my collection and too much toys and things, and try not to hoard it all. So it's actually good. I did a little spring cleaning.
Cool.
But I did dig up my liquid ass.
Oh, I see what he's up to. So before the show, he told us that careful, he farts a lot, and now he's revealing that he has a special prank air freshener. Let me see the ingredients of this. Oh, it doesn't say. It's a proprietary. That's too bad.
He's over here thinking I'm really cutting the cheese bad.
You got to be professional, but at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, so sorry. I figured the comic relief is the best way to break the nerves of being in TV and radio, right?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a relief because I was going to recommend you to a doctor
How foul
afterwards.
Is this? It's so foul. Yeah, my girlfriend and I say it's. My girlfriend and I say that it smells like her dog's breath because her dog's breath smells just like this.
Whoa.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what's in this, but that's funny. That she tried to prank me the other day, and she's like, I'm gonna prank you so hard this week, and like totally, I was like, something's coming, and then she tried to pull it on me, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull it on Anthony, and
So you need
Mess with
this
him
needs
a
to be
little bit.
paired up with the friend that I was saying, that Christina, where she has like a little soundboard with all different farts.
yeah, that's awesome.
So let's see.
The main basis of this interview is gonna be about farts.
That's the good thing
yeah.
about shows. You never know
We need
which
to- yeah.
rabbit hole you're going to end up down. You know, it could be a smelly rabbit hole.
Brown tunnel. I'm telling you, you need to adopt the fart mic, man. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we're going to have to get an engineer. That's going to be on the resume. Like, do
Yeah.
you know when to make fart noises and which fart noises?
Yeah, you just
are
need the
right ones,
soundboard.
right?
Once you get to like Joe Rogan status, you get the soundboard going. You can just like fart bomb everybody.
Do they have fart sounds in the show?
Yeah, I think they have soundboards and stuff. I know that the Your Mom's House one where they like actually did the fart mic or whatever.
Oh.
They have like all kinds.
That
of
seems more
silly
like a
stuff.
Steve-O typey.
Yeah.
Plus, I know the
It's
show's
tough.
the show's
It's
been
awesome.
going on for like it's 1,000 episodes or more. So I imagine the earlier episodes, you don't get any air freshener. This is your punishment.
No spray. Yes.
So can you tell me some good memories about being a hit in Los Angeles?
Oh yeah. There was one day where we did the liquid ass prank. It was great.
Oh yeah,
Can I say the A word?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we.
I think if they say it on TV, it's okay.
Right? Yeah,
It's just the F word, the C word.
Okay.
You might be able to say the D word, but I don't know.
Who knows what that is?
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't even know. So,
Donald.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's a bad one. There was one time my friend Cody, who's a very talented tattoo artist and close friend, so I'll have to link you up with him. But
Sure.
our thing there was like whenever anyone went on like guest spots or vacations, we would totally prank them somehow. So there was one time when Cody left where we aluminum foil wrapped like literally everything in his Craftsman
Oh man.
down to like each individual thing, like grommets and like just it was so bad. Like his whole Craftsman, he opened it up, is just all foiled out. There was time where some of the guys, they redrew a bunch of my drawings when I was gone and hid the D's all in them.
Okay.
Like, if that's what the D word is. And I didn't even notice. Like, there's like little ones like all throughout my little drawing board, and I was just like kind of staring off one day, like just like looking at my drawings and just kind of zoning out. And I'm looking, I was like, there's one right there. What the heck? And I start looking in there, literally in all my drawings. One of the guys actually took one of my drawings and just made it a whole collage of them.
Oh, nice.
And it could have been there for a long time. Who knows? So we were all pranksters. That's why I brought the spray. It's just to mess with you a little bit. And
This whole thing's a learning experience. I'm going to add that to my notes and be like, is so and so. I'm going to start doing some intel.
Yeah.
And be like, what does this guy do pranks?
yeah, we did a lot of that. So it was cool. Like, there was one time where they got me pretty good. They took the saran wrap that we placed down to create the barriers and stuff, and they put it in like all of my ink caps. So like when I would go to shake up my ink and then dump it out, like nothing would come out. And yeah, it was just it was like just little stuff like that. I was like going to dump out pigments for months and still finding those clogged up with, so it was good. Fun times.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. So how did you get into tattoo art? Because I know you did rock and roll. Well, let's talk about what was your rock and roll like? What did you do?
I play guitar.
Okay. Lead
Kind of.
guitar? Rhythm?
Yeah, kind of both. I mean, we played heavy metal, so you kind of need to know a little bit of the lead and how to pull off a little bit of solo stuff. But my main influence was like Pantera and the real heavy stuff.
okay.
And yeah, just moved out here to do that. And then we did fun stuff. We like did a little music video that's on YouTube and like put out a couple CDs and played with like some cool bands and stuff. But,
For the stalkers, what's the name of the band?
the Allagash. So
Okay.
ALAGASH.
Like the beer
I don't
company.
even know how you'd find the like if you type that in, it's hard to find on YouTube.
Trust me,
you have
there are
to
people that
that will find it. Yeah.
that are our major core
Yeah.
listeners. No, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Your huge platform. Yeah.
We appeal to the people who are like, no, I don't know.
Right. Man, I can still smell that stuff. It's so bad. It really lingers, man. Yeah, thank you. Get some of that.
This episode is sponsored by Lysol.
Liquid butt.
By Liquid Butt, too.
So yeah, just did that, and I figured out that I'm a much better artist than I am a guitar player. You know.
How early
It
were
was
you doing
fun.
art then?
Ever since I can remember, my grandfather was a sculptor and did some art here and there, and my aunt, she was also a good painter. So I was kind of in the creative environment, and then I would just like draw like animal portraits and stuff out of old Ranger Rick magazines. It's like an old nature magazine, and so I was doing that forever. And then even through like school, took it pretty serious. That was like my favorite classes were, you know, going and doing art and learning how to do an airbrush or this and that. And in high school, I actually won a Scholastic Art Award for the New York Scholastic Art Awards for doing like a charcoal drawing, and the drawing was upside down, and I did it all left-handed, and I'm right-handed. So I think they gave me a little extra credit for that. I don't even remember how good it was, but I won something for it. So after that, my family was kind of like, oh, you should do something with the arts. And I almost signed up for the Denver Institute of Art because I'm originally from Colorado. But when I went and did the summer course, it was like more computer stuff. And I was never really good at like technology and that kind of stuff. I was more hands-on, and I was kind of hoping to be more hands-on with art. So
Interesting that it was more digital art centric.
that's the way it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
that you still have to take I think even here you have to take at least one intro drawing class, but
Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at the program here a couple times thinking about it, and I think that's the prelim.
yeah, I'm sure there's pluses and minuses to it.
Well, you
And
have to know how to draw before you do any art.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the basis of it.
What was there any culture shock between coming from Colorado to here?
Yeah, it's different. Nobody says pop for soda.
Soda pop.
Yeah,
I remember
Yeah.
some every now and then
Couple
you
guys say
get a
pop.
yeah.
yeah. There's more of a out here. It's more of a surf skate punk kind of vibe. Colorado's a weird kind of musical scene. Like today, it's still the same music that was playing when I left 19 years ago, or 18 years, something like that. Still like the first Linkin Park on this radio station. They have Metallica Monday.
Oh,
you
they
know?
do?
Yeah,
it's
pretty
really
cool.
hard to hear Metallica and stuff here. You know,
Oh, no,
we
it's the
used to
same
have
thing.
we used to have a metal station here.
Oh, cool.
Way back.
Yeah, nice.
Now all the stations are kind of like the same. Right?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have the Kiss FM Top 40. 93 ones is kind of a algorithm playing everything. Yeah,
That's cool.
way back.
Yeah, it's different out there. It's a little bit slower. I like the people are awesome. I love it out there. It's really cool. But yeah, it's the change from there to here wasn't too much. I feel like everyone's kind of the same. The main adjustments like adjusting to traffic and the cost of living and that kind of stuff. But
Right.
somehow I managed being 19 and sticking it out here for half my life now. So I've been blessed with just enough to get by.
Yeah, it reminds me of when I went to Seattle and it still felt like it was 90s grunge up there. Even
Yeah,
though it's like
I'll bet. Even when I went there like a few years back, it just has that vibe because you know that it's Seattle.
Yeah.
think. You're like so grungy.
like
and
the
it's
whole
all
country
rainy
moved
and-
on and that's like Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic Youth and Nirvana for life.
I always tell people if you want to know what Venice was like, go to Redondo Beach. It still has that like you might get mugged, but it's like
Yeah.
but you're having such a chill time that you don't care.
There was one time where I brought my mom and dad out here, and I was taking them around, showing them like galleries and stuff that I was in, like had some of my art in, and just like going and having fun. And I was like, you know what? I'll take you out to Venice, and that's kind of a neat place. And so I'm driving them from one gallery over there, and we're going through like all the bad neighborhoods. I'm like, hey, it'll be nice when you get there. And it was like starting to get dark out. And even my mom was just like, this is getting kind of sketchy, like we should go now. And yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's different. I love going down there because you see all the different artists and stuff. And these guys who are doing like one-man bands and playing Billie Jean on like a bass guitar and their drums doing with their feet and all, it's
Yeah, I
cool.
kind of forget that that's over there.
Yeah.
I get, yeah.
There's a lot of that in, there's a spot in Colorado on Pearl Street in Boulder. I don't know if you've been to Boulder, but
I haven't been to,
Same
I've
kind of
passed
thing.
through there when
Yeah.
I was like 18 and did a cross country with a friend that moved to West Virginia.
Oh,
And we
cool.
did a detour from like Flagstaff up to Colorado because he had a uncle that lived there. We stayed at his place.
Cool.
Might have been Boulder. What is
Yeah,
it? What is it? I feel like
probably.
it was another one, but and then we went to Mount Rushmore,
Cool.
and then we scooped through
I'd like to see
Chicago, and then came back down through.
Cool,
But the
that's
whole
a
thing
heck
was a
of a
camping
trip.
trip.
Yeah, cool.
We stayed at two people's families' houses, and then the rest of it was at KOA campgrounds.
What's that?
Oh, they are kind of like a franchise campgrounds where they have like showers, and like if you have an RV, they have like water and like
Cool.
sewage hookups.
Yeah.
So they're like just kind of a guaranteed safe place to camp at.
How was that? That sounds fun.
I think it's one of those things that you can only do when you're 18.
Yeah, yeah.
Then when you're like in your 40s, you're like, I need a hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was great because I'm very organized. We planned out like all the gas mileage and the food,
Cool.
and we had coolers, and we made sandwiches, and we
Budgeted it right.
the only
Yeah.
places we ate out was like when we got to Chicago.
Got
So we got a
yeah.
deep dish pizza.
Of course.
We got by then we were already addicted to Starbucks. So we were like, Starbucks, because we were just doing like kind of like a
Yeah.
pour over typey thing. Like I think we
Cool.
were doing French press, and then we get to West Virginia, and that was like in the late 1999 2000s, and it was the biggest culture shock about being in West Virginia was like all the radio stations were like those old school hymn songs.
No
Like,
way.
yeah, at least at that time, or at least the stations we were finding. I'm sure they had regular stations, but it was like to be an LA person my whole life,
Yeah.
and
right.
suddenly be in this place where it's all about like those New England churches and
Cool.
and like the Lord's gonna come and
Yeah.
save you.
Oh my
the
gosh,
Lord's
yeah.
gonna come and
The whole Bible Belt. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was how that went.
Every state's a little bit different.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's its own little place, man. I was just
Yeah.
talking to my girlfriend about that this morning. Just one state over is like a different country sometimes. Yeah.
yeah. Even NorCal, SoCal, you get
Yeah.
people. We'll
Totally
talk about
different.
our differences.
Yeah.
I guess they say hella a lot there.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. And in Vegas, they supposedly say hella a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of LA people have been. We were talking about before off the air, like the people are moving out of LA.
Uh-huh.
There's like
Yeah.
less people moving into LA.
They'll always keep coming.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you'll
Forever.
never stop that.
My
Got that good weather.
my
low
spiel
humidity.
is after all the reality TV shows, like The Hills. People,
Oh,
it felt
yeah.
like people were like, "This is where I want to be."
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole other the housing crisis is a whole other
It's crazy.
issue.
Yeah.
So, tell us about your style of tattoo art. I know on your Instagram you have black work, dark art, illustrative surrealism. So I
Kind
don't
of
know
a
which
wide
ones you
range,
want
right?
to
Yeah.
unpack.
I like to do it all. Yeah. I like to, I guess, just take on whatever project comes at me and try to make it my own. So I feel like being well-rounded, and those are more my few things that I like to do, but I'll tattoo just about anything and try to make it neat and throw a good spin on it. So most of the stuff that I've been posting lately is more like realistic, kind of black and gray type stuff, extra detailed. But now that I'm down at this new shop, I'm actually kind of excited to, keep doing what I'm doing. Like, I definitely have a client base for like what I'm putting out right now, but I want to learn how to like simplify some of my stuff a little bit more and make it more legible and go back to the roots of tattooing. So I think this new shop that I'm in is going to be really good for that. Sung, the guy who owns it, and all the other guys there are all super cool, and they're all pushing each other. And Sung in particular, we've had this chat a few times over the last few weeks about, just simplifying down your tattoos for longevity purposes. And I've always liked like a lot of heavy line work and stuff in my stuff, even though I'll do some realistic stuff. I kind of like that, tattoo-y look still. So just pushing on that, and then just trying to become a better artist with every project, really.
Right, because I saw that you do, like, it seems like your, at least the stuff you post, because, right, everyone kind of posts their favorite or their...
Yeah, I don't post much. Yeah.
Well, the tattoos in that are a little bit more horror-centric.
Yeah,
like horror
I love
films,
that
sci-fi, Cthulhu.
Yeah,
I
dark
think of
art.
Freddy Krueger, if I'm remembering off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So
That resonates with me. I love that kind of stuff. And I think most tattoo people kind of do. Like either musicians or tattoo people. Something about that, the catharsis of looking at something dark. And, you know, even though I feel like I'm a pretty positive guy, I'm still drawn towards the macabre and the dark stuff. It just has a cool look, so.
yeah, I was like, when I was like in first grade, I was Dracula a couple years, like more than one.
Yeah, yeah. I think I was Freddy Krueger like 3 years. Just, you got to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's that
awesome.
should be the red flag for parents.
Right.
They're like, oh no, they might be.
Or they're going to turn out awesome. You know? Walk around with fart soundboards. Yeah.
So do you have a favorite horror film?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
I know, I should stop asking such broad questions. Do you have a favorite 80s horror film?
The one that really scared me as a kid,
Yeah.
Candyman.
Oh, I
It's
didn't-
not the best film. I mean, it's a pretty cool premise. It's almost like a Bloody Mary version of like this guy with a hook on his hand, and you say his name in the mirror, and he comes out and he just hooks you up and all that. And just as a kid, I remember that had such an impression on me because I was afraid of like going to the bathroom and my mind even saying it 5 times, you know? So, you know, those little things where you're like young and it affects you like that. And maybe that's why I like it so much, because it's kind of a thrill. Like, I remember when I was real young, I had to be in elementary school, and I had this one friend, and him and his mom were like pretty cool. They're like the lenient parents that would like smoke cigarettes and let you watch whatever, and you know, you could tune into the Playboy channel really at a young age and stuff. And this was like the cool house to be at, you know. And I remember there was one time I stayed the night there after watching like wrestling, because that was really cool in the 80s. And we watched like just the beginning of the first Leatherface, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I remember just like when that came on, I was never put into that, like I didn't know that stuff existed. So I think I made it through the credits, you know, with all the creepy skins and stuff hanging all over stuff. And I don't know how it affected me. It just, yeah. You know.
Do you
But I love horror movies, every one of them.
have you seen most of these? It sounds like at home then, like in a home setting, or have you seen them in the theater?
I like
You know-
theater too. Yeah,
Because
going-
it's always a little bit more. I had a friend, Shakina, who's like now doing musical theater and all that stuff in New York, but she forced me to go to The Exorcist, the reboot of Exorcist.
Cool.
And she made me sit in the front row.
Nice.
And this was something that I would have been, volunteered to do or thought of it. And we went opening night.
Uh-huh.
Highly recommend,
Cool.
because people,
Are
especially
freaking-
Long Beach,
Yeah.
people will,
Yeah, right?
people will be like, "Don't go in there."
Right? Yeah. No,
So-
yeah, definitely.
Have you done anything like that where you go to
Well,
the theater?
I remember the one time when Blair Witch came out. You remember that?
I remember
I
that.
went there thinking that was real.
Same.
Like, I had no idea that, like, I think I was with my brother, and at the end I was like, that was so crazy. And he's like, dude, it said directed by. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like,
That was a good
It was-
revival of horror films between that
Yeah.
and The Ring,
it
and then
was.
Saw film,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah, so I remember that one was a pretty good impression on me. I just like horror movies in general. Anything I think that, like the stuff that could really happen is what scares me. Like, what is that one movie? There's one where like they drink this like water in the town and it's The Crazies. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
No.
It's kind of creepy because it's like, man, if something was to get in the water and it spread and, I mean, turn people into zombies, that's kind of weird, but, you know, like, I don't know, stuff like that. Like, things that could happen seem to scare me a little more.
Do you have a favorite genre then? Zombies or
I like
If-
zombies.
zombies?
Yeah, that's
A lot
cool.
of people like zombies, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I haven't really thought about that. Like, usually I don't like vampire movies, but there is a really good one, 30 Days of Night.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that one?
No. I just
Super
recently saw
dark
Fright
film.
Night.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're behind.
that one. Yeah, I'm pretty behind. My mom was very protective. Sorry,
Yeah,
mom. Thanks,
yeah.
mom.
Right?
Yeah. So I have to catch up on them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneak over to John's house and watch that while all the parents are smoking cigarettes. And,
Yeah. Though, my thing was my friend when his parents went to sleep, we'd watch whatever.
Yeah,
So
there you
we'd
go.
watch. Ours was can't think right now. Natural Born Killers.
oh, yeah.
That was a big one
yeah.
for us.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah.
amazing. So tell us about your cleaver artwork.
Oh, you
Let's
see
talk
those?
about your murderous desire to.
That's cool, right? That was not my idea, actually. My idea didn't. That was just being a part of this really cool themed art show that's been going on.
Okay.
My buddy Turk, he's down in San Diego, and he has a beautiful shop that does tattoos, but they're also a gallery thing. And they started that. It's called Horror Business, and it's all paintings on meat cleavers.
Mhm.
They're really good friends of mine, and since then have had me in almost all their art shows. But that was their concept, and it just stuck. Like, literally everyone's into those. It's crazy. It's horror business, so it's themed along the lines of, like, monsters and creepy stuff. And then, yeah, they started doing that, and I've sold every one. Yeah,
Nice.
just everybody likes those. It's
How
kinda
many have
neat.
you done then?
8.
8?
Or actually, I've done 9 because I did a small one for my girlfriend for like a Christmas present. The less creepy version. It was like a creepy Hello Kitty
Okay.
zombie kitty.
Nice. Zombie.
So I still had to darken it up.
We're
a bit.
finding all the themes
Yeah.
with you here. Do you have any mentors along the way when you did
That was
when
quick.
you when you did your artwork and stuff, tattoo
For like
art?
painting and stuff.
Yeah, either or,
Yeah.
because we have kind of your.
Yeah, I have a lot of influences, but like people who have mentored me, I obviously went through an apprenticeship for tattoos, so I did have a mentor, and he taught me a lot, which was cool. Taught me some stuff of not what to do as well, and everything's
You grew up in the like having to make the needles from scratch. I think I, heard
did.
from another interview.
Yeah. So I gotta, solder all the loose needles together and the groupings, and then put it on a needle bar. And now it's a lot different. But I'm grateful that I got to learn that because it's a thing of the past now. I mean, they make it pretty convenient. But I, had a tattoo mentor. Some of the people I worked around, obviously, we're all learning together, so we were kind of helping each other out. And then for like painting wise, for the longest part, I was kind of self-taught, but then I started getting to know like one of my favorite artists, actually, Chet Zar, who's like more a dark artist as well, and became friends with him, which was kind of cool since he was my favorite artist and whatnot. And then we kind of struck up a friendship, and then he did, workshops at my shop and this and that. And he paints oil. I paint acrylic. So
Okay.
he taught me the oil stuff, but just like seeing how other people do it, and then like having paint nights, like at the old shop, we used to do that a lot. You just kind of learn off of everybody.
Is there a reason why you have a preference between acrylic or oil?
Oh, yeah. Oil is hard. It is. And I'm doing a lot of deadlines and stuff for art shows, so oil takes more drying time unless you're using like the proper mediums to do like fast dries or slow dries.
It lasts longer though, right? Or the color?
They'll both last. Yeah, they both last.
Or the brilliance of the color, I think. That's what I've heard.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm not a.
Probably. Like I said, I'm mostly self-taught, so I'm kind of picking up these things and reading books and catching knowledge from outside things and the internet and what I can find. But I think as long as you're painting right and you're using those right methods, I think that it'll last either way. Like I have a good friend who's an amazing acrylic painter, super well known, and collected a piece from him, and it looks like an oil painting, but it's with acrylic.
Maybe the technology's
Yeah,
better now.
I
I'm just
mean,
thinking like super
longevity.
old Renaissance era.
Oh
probably
yeah,
was all oil, right?
I don't even know if they had acrylic though.
That's probably where
because
we're.
that's all mixed down, and they're making all that stuff from. You should see the apprenticeships for being an oil painter back in the day. Oh, it was insane. Yeah, I could talk for 25 more minutes just on that, but
Yeah.
yeah, probably that's the reason. I'm sure like more modern art galleries are going to have lots of acrylic paintings and this and that. And I think as long as you're varnishing it right and you're, doing the right glazes and this and that, I think you're good.
Yeah. I have no right answers for this, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Nice.
asking.
Well, don't quote me either.
Yeah. This has come up a lot, so let me know if this is controversial. Do you think flash art is important in the tattoo world still?
Definitely. It all starts from the beginning, like we were talking earlier about Lyle Tuttle and stuff, and all these old guys who back in their days they were creating that from not knowing much of anything. That's the foundation of where we are now today in tattooing. So and that's also why I'm excited to get back to this new shop, is because you have to kind of simplify and see what those people did right and what's wrong, so it's important. It is. And I strongly believe, even if you're an artist that is like a realism artist and you're doing portraiture and you're more of a copy machine and you're going through that motion, it's still very important to draw and know that foundation. So I love it. I love all forms of tattooing. I can appreciate the simple, stripped down version and then the super hyper realistic stuff too.
Are you rebuilding your clients since you're moving from West Hills to
No,
Studio
thankfully,
City?
no.
Nice.
Yeah, they're all following. Yeah, I try to be like humble and make their tattoo experience an experience and just be cool. And the tattooing and all that comes second. It's more like just being relatable and having fun, bringing jokes to the table.
as he brings out the fart thing.
just having fun, man, and trying. Yeah.
I feel like I should
keep that away from me.
get you back one day and just like roll this into Unbreakable and put a note like with love from Brett.
Yes. Well, I don't think any of them are listening right now, so they're gonna get the wrath this week.
Yeah,
I'm gonna break it in over there too. I feel like I've been like 3 weeks is a good time to break out the fart.
Yeah, someone brought up who listens. I was like, my mom, my brother Aaron, my friend Lori in Cleveland. That's all I know for sure. And obviously these people.
Yeah.
Another studio people, Paulina, Mike. Woo-hoo.
Hi guys. Respect too.
So let's see. Oh, someone brought up before and asked me this question, so I'll ask you. Would you trust somebody who does tattoos who never had a tattoo?
No. I don't think so.
Why?
Cause you gotta know what it's about.
Right?
I don't know. I mean, I've heard stories. There's this one guy who's incredible in Europe. His name's Boris, and his tattoos are bananas realistic looking, like beautiful full color. And it was just a few years ago that he got his first tattoo from Nico, and he was already developed. But so people do trust people that have no tattoos, and it's crazy. I mean, I've had people come in and I've started a sleeve on them, and I'm halfway through the sleeve, and they're going, well, I'm glad you're a good artist, and I love this. And I'm like, wait, you didn't see my book first to see?
Oh.
So it could be
That's
a table's
dope.
turn, too. Like, some people will just go off the vibe, and it doesn't matter if they have tattoos. But I
Yeah.
feel like being someone that does it, you kind of have to have that rite of passage to understand it
Yeah.
and know what goes into it. I mean, you're hurting people, and there's techniques and stuff. I feel like when I get tattooed by other people, I'm learning every time I get tattooed as well, So, I don't know. I feel like that knowledge is helpful.
Yeah, I always there's always certain things in my head after the show that I regret saying, and I want to make sure that there's no right or wrong.
Yeah,
Let's say we get it up.
Yeah.
But it's worth bringing up because I've seen on Inked magazine that they've tweeted about that's kind of becoming a thing apparently. Some
That
people are
there's
just
more
tattooing.
people that without tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the popular thing, Tattooing has become mainstream in the last decade pretty good, Like, there's lots of attention there. It's now an industry. It's $1 billion industry. I mean,
Yeah.
there's podcasts about it now.
There's a lot.
There's a lot,
as I'm like,
yeah.
okay, I should keep track of and I was like, I don't even know if I can listen to all these.
They're great. I love it.
I'm sure.
But yeah, there's that, there's that industry now. So there's going to be, there's the people that get into tattooing and go, oh, it's a cool thing to do. Like why I got into playing music is I wanted to be cool and I wanted to rebel and do that. And I think tattooing's similar in that aspect. Is everyone wants to be separated by their tattoos and be unique and individual, and who wouldn't want that job?
Right.
But it's a hard job. Like I don't sit around and run laps all day at work. I'm sitting in a chair, but by the end of the day, you're tired. It's mentally hard work. It's preparing and drawing for all your appointments and trying to make time to create an online presence.
Being a people person.
It's a juggling act. It's not as easy as like, I'm going to pick up this machine off eBay and, like your arm. I mean, that's a beautiful piece of work. The guy who did that.
Sierra Cult.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's cool, man. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Nice. Where's he out of?
He's in Bearcat Gallery
Cool.
in Little Italy in San Diego,
Yeah,
across
cool.
from the airport.
Bearcat, huh?
You're just like...
Yeah. I have a good buddy, and he runs 2 shops out of San Diego called Guru Tattoo.
Okay.
And they opened their second location in Little Italy, and they're kind of doing the same style work. Very bright, lots of detail.
Yeah, every region has their style, which is again why I figured just focusing on San Fernando Valley for now. It's like everyone.
Still a lot.
You kind of take for granted that everyone's kind of taking in each other's work.
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing work in Italy that's like one way, and then work in China that's looking another way.
Yeah.
And
It's weird
Russia.
how it's kind of turning into the little regions have a style, right?
Yeah.
Like Russia, it's like those guys have so much hyper detail in some
Right?
of those. You're like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
It puts like some of the realism guys out here to shame. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah, that's fine. So let's see. Why do you think? Well, I have a couple questions here. I don't know which one I want to ask.
Shoot.
Well, you
Ask
just
them all.
how long ago did you come to Unbreakable? Because it's been pretty recent, right?
This is week 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you why do you what about the shop do you feel continues the tradition of body modification? This is a very broad question. You've only been there for 3 weeks, but
Do
what
they
do you-
body mod? Like, do they
well,
do that?
so like traditionally anthropology, if you go back to my first tattoos considered body modification,
of
right?
course, yeah.
So
Yeah.
how do you feel like that shop's been there for a while and has some pretty big names, if I'm correct?
Wonderful, yeah. Lots of accredited artists, yeah. I don't know. I guess I don't understand the question. Like, how do they?
Oh, well, maybe it's just a dumb question. We can move on. Well, where do you see yourself in 5 years in the future?
Continuing to do inspiring stuff and just trying to be in all these art shows still, and taking on projects that are more geared towards my style, whether it's larger projects, and obviously you're trying to get the bigger projects where you're doing backs and full legs and full arms, so trying a little bit of that, and yeah.
All right, well, I guess we'll just wrap up here then. We got Brett Herman here again. Thanks for coming by the show.
Of course.
Remind us where they can find you.
Unbreakable Tattoo in Studio City. So you could go to my website, www.artofbrettherman.com, or you can go to tattoounbreakable.com and see my work, see all the guys that I work with. And that's it. Yeah,
And
down
you
in
got
Studio
your-
City. It's great.
Your Instagram is Brett Herman.
Yeah, BRETTHERMAN.
You have a URL, artofbrettherman.com.
Yep, that's my website, and I post like up to date stuff, like as far as like which galleries I'm showing with. Got a whole web store on there that nothing ever sells on, but if anyone wants some cool stuff, it's there.
Got to plug it.
And try to keep like my favorite stuff up there and keep it up to date. So, but yeah, come by Unbreakable sometime. I got a book and a T-shirt for you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well,
Prints.
again, we got Brett Herman. He's at Unbreakable Tattoo in Studio City. For more info, you can go to kpcradio.com. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. And coming up on the show, we got Marv from Needle Pushers. I want to thank you all for listening. I'm Anthony Sanchez. Hope you join me next week.
Thanks, Anthony.